issue was. It's no longer an issue. We are live with the pre-show. Oh, let me get my music going. The pre-show here for List Critics Remastered, and I have Mr. Armageddon Time with me. That's your cue to say something? We heard him earlier. Okay, and I have Riddle.
Heyo.
That's your cue to say something. Jesse, are you there? We're no longer hearing you. We were hearing you a moment ago. Now your name is lighting up, but we're not hearing you. What's going on over there? It was working. Oh, he's texting me again. Problems. That's what he messaged me. Problems. It was working. What are the problems now?
Armageddon Time sounds like he's in Armageddon.
He sounds like I'm getting the hell out of here. I don't know what happened. It was like we heard him, and that's why I went live, because we were hearing him. But all right, let me get the word out that I'm live. I don't know. Like it was working and then suddenly nothing.
I still got time to get it on.
Yeah, well that's why we go early, right? Like you just said, that's why we go early.
Unfucked. I never heard of refucked.
Well, I guess it's probably been used, but your push to talk is having issues. Well, turn push to talk off. Like, come on, like you got to get it working somehow. That's only for like if there's a lot of background noise or something. Like we did hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we hear you.
Yes.
There we go.
Push to talk is for Google only.
It was.
You know what the issue is? I set it to Alt, but for whatever reason, when I hold it down, nothing happens until I let go. Then it goes, boop. It's like, I don't
Okay.
know what the hell's going on.
Well, maybe don't use Alt because that might not be the best. But that's okay. We can hear you now. Hey now. Hey now. So you missed the prehensile vagina talk, but
Like a vagina going inside a vagina.
that's exact. Yeah, that's a.
like Matryoshka doll vaginas.
That's what right-wing pundit Candace Owens. That's what she thinks that lesbians do. She's posted it twice now. Like
It's gotta be right.
months apart. No, it's not that it's got to be right. It's that like you think like after she does it once and gets dunked on and has like millions of people telling her what the fuck is wrong with you, that's not how it works. You'd think she'd maybe look into it or realize she's wrong, or maybe just not even say it again. But she said it again. Like, so she really does believe that.
All doubling down, you know.
If I'm gonna double down, it better be from KFC.
Double the pleasure, double the fun.
Yeah. All right, I gotta get my pleated jeans shit up. Because for some reason I didn't do that ahead of time. I did a whole bunch of other stuff ahead of time, but I didn't do that. Well,
My own list in this name in the list critic section.
yeah, you posted the name of it, but I don't know why.
Give a preview.
I guess. Okay, right. Get people all excited.
Little sneak peek.
List Critics Remastered Episode 2, y'all.
Where nothing goes wrong.
Nothing can possibly go wrong. Hey, Ross. Hey, Ted. What's going on? Holy hot hell. It's List Critics, Ted says. By the way, can you guys let me know how the audio balancing is? Me, the music, Jesse, and Riddle. Let me know if anything needs to be turned up or down. You guys should probably say something to help with that.
This is me talking.
Oh, you definitely need...
Hello.
Well,
Hey, what's up?
Okay, I don't need anybody to tell me. Riddle, you definitely need to be brought up in the mix. Okay, say something again.
say something
Ah,
again.
yeah, there you go. That works.
Clever.
The music will go off once we actually start the show, though. Okay. Jesse, I'm going to raise you up as well. You're up. Jesse, you just need to project because you're really, like, I have you up in the mix, but you're quiet. Let me make sure
Like a little bit closer to my face.
That works. Okay, and let me also make sure that I don't accidentally have slobs mixed down. No, it's mixed way up. Okay. Should be good now. So we're going to do our Tumblr Gets Deep, and then Riddle has a list for us, Jesse.
Get out of here.
Which is going to be top 6 stories working at Wendy's. You worked at Wendy's, Riddle?
Yeah.
I did too.
First job.
I did too. It was my first job as well. I wonder if there's overlap with any of these stories, like if I had similar experiences to yours, you know? Then again, that was in 1998, so probably not.
Ooh.
We had a salad bar.
I was actually at Wendy's today. I bought 2 sugar cookies.
They have sugar cookies at Wendy's now?
They have cookies?
They have cookies.
Hey, Kay, what's going on? Good evening. Good evening.
Hi.
I don't remember them ever having cookies at Wendy's.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say that, no, maybe it's a Canada thing, but you're not in Canada anymore, so
Sure ain't.
we can't just be like, oh, them foreigners, though.
You ain't?
Yeah, I ain't.
He ain't isn't. He ain't isn't. Ain't no Canadian no more.
Nope. Well, I'd like to think a big part of my heart still lies there.
Well, of course, but physically you reside in Ohio, which, wow.
What's that supposed to mean?
Of all the states to pick, you pick Ohio. I mean, okay, at least it wasn't Florida.
True.
I mean,
I don't want to become a Florida man.
you were just in Florida last month, right?
Oh, I was.
But you were visiting. You were there for Disney.
Disney and Universal.
Yes.
Michigan.
All right, I still have to raise you up, Riddle. Let's see. You know what it is, Riddle? You have that. You need to keep the mic close to you.
All right.
Yeah, because I know you tend to drift away from it. Riddle's sitting there like, I'm sailing away, setting open course for the Virgin Sea. If you sing it, you have to sing it like Cartman, right? Yeah.
Got you.
The funniest part was when you had to sing the whole thing really fast. Can't tell the mic, can't tell the mic, can't tell the mic. It's impressive. Impressive. I want to hear Butters do it. Oh, golly.
Version of what in the butt?
What in the butt? I said what in the butt? You want to do it in the butt? Do it in the butt. Okay. What up, Smiles? Yes, it is das Licht kritiken. So we got our lo-fi beats. I got my Gibbsy noodle laying on my feet. I got you guys. I was trying to figure out who's going to be next month's host, and of course it is open to anybody that wants to be. I did ask Alice if she would do the third one, but she said she would be more available in May. So I'm thinking Barrel maybe, because Barrel did express interest, and I think that could be really fun.
I'd like to meet the doctor.
The Dr. Barrel, yeah. Oh, well, you know what, Kay? Good news about that. Apparently, they are, I mean, and this is not set in stone, but they passed a bill in the United States Senate that would make the daylight savings time permanent next year, which means once they change back, it will stay that way and no more clock changing. It was unanimously passed in the Senate. Not sure, you know, how it's going to go in the House, but if what is ever unanimously passed in the Senate?
I wonder if it goes universal for the states, if Canada will do the same, or Mexico, or like, how's it gonna?
Well, I don't
area.
I don't know that, you know, Mexico does daylight savings time.
Oh,
you know, most countries don't. You know, it's sort of
outdated.
Yeah, it is. It is. It didn't even make sense at the time. It was a bunch of rich assholes who are like, I don't want my kids going to school in the dark.
Wait, that was it? I thought it had to do
preferred
with
going to
farmers
school
or
in the
something.
dark.
No, farmers were 100% against it. That's Homer Simpson's understanding of it. Lousy farmers.
Oh.
It has nothing to do with farmers work when the sun is up. They don't care what time it says it is.
Yeah, they go.
That
It's
one of the
sun
stereotypes was-
o'clock.
Yeah.
I thought one of the farmer stereotypes is gloating about how early you get up.
They get up when the sun's up.
Yeah.
All right, then.
They work, with daylight.
Yeah, like I said, sun o'clock.
Sun o'clock, yeah. And they go to sleep at sundown o'clock. Nah, but for real, daylight savings time is dumb. And I know people are like, but I like daylight savings time. They should keep it that way. And I'm like, yes, that's my point. It's not the daylight savings time, like that specific time is bad. It's the switching that's bad. But the fact that 100 senators all agreed, like nobody, like you could make the bill to you could make a bill like let's bring back slavery, right? And there would be at least one person who would vote for it. That's how. Yeah, there's always the one day, but that's how much. But I fully believe that, by the way, that if somebody proposed
Texas.
or Florida, right, Texas or Florida, if they did that, at least one person would vote for it, right? But daylight savings time, unanimous.
Pros versus cons.
Yeah, I know. You'd be like, well, if that's the kind of contract they want to enter into, Oh my. Are you guys ready? It's slightly early, but I think we're ready to start.
I want to get deep.
Let's get deep. All right, so we're going to come over to this screen, the List Critics Remastered. Look at that pretty-ass logo that I'm so proud of. And we're gonna fade out the music here. The music was a lot of fun, but we need to be heard a little better. Okay, guys, welcome to the List Critics Remastered. With me, as always, is my co-host, Jesse Fulling, a.k.a. Arma. Giggity giggity time. That's your cue to say something.
Hello.
And our guest host for the month is Unknown Riddle. So you already said something, though. You jumped the gun on that one. But let's go ahead and begin, as we always do, with Tumblr Gets Deep. Now, it traditionally was 21, but last month it was more. And now I'm noticing that it is once again 25. I just scrolled down to look, but it says 20 plus on the header. I don't understand why websites do this. What does 20 plus mean? Just say it's 25,
More than
right?
20.
Yeah. You like the font? It's a
clickbait,
cool
isn't
font.
it?
Yeah, but it's like, I want to know how many I'm reading. But here we go. To start with this one,
Get to find out.
Changeling says, I have to tell my mom that Putin isn't a communist like every other week. She's like, sorry, I still think of Russia as communist. I grew up during the Cold War. And I was like, so you just forgot the most significant political event of your lifetime, the dissolution of the Soviet Union? And then Charles Oberon says, sorry, I keep forgetting that France is a republic. You see, I grew up during the reign of Louis the XIV, the Sun King. I am the Sun King. Okay, number 2, Actual Vampire Ang says, my boyfriend said he was going to email me this fantasy about us, so I'm expecting a dirty email. And he just sent it, and it starts off with 5 paragraphs of world building. I swear to fucking God. And then Winged Wolf Suki says, if you don't want him, I do.
Gotta build the lore.
Yeah, I mean, like, isn't that kind of hot, though? Like, can
I
you...
want to know what those 5 paragraphs are.
Yeah, like, can't you imagine, like, if your wife said, I'm going to write a dirty fantasy story about us, and then it has, like a whole setup and everything? Like, why just skip right to the dirty part? Build it up a little. Have a little mystery involved.
10,000 years ago in a volcano.
Thousands of years ago before Sigourney Weaver. All right, number 3. Fungal... Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, got to set up how many dicks each of them has.
Well, I mean, if you don't know that going in, it might get confusing when all those dicks start to come into play, right? All right, number 3. Fungoids post this ridiculous picture of It's an older picture of a jazz musician, a black guy, on stage playing the saxophone, and he's so into it that he's on his back playing his saxophone up into the air, and these basic white dudes in the audience are just losing their shit. Like, they all have O face, like they've never experienced anything like this before. And Fungoids here says, this is honestly one of my all-time favorite historical pictures because of the three dudes that are just losing it in the front. All right, and I feel...
Even jazz has hype crew.
Yeah, right? Oh, my God. I feel like this needs to be seen, so I'm going to just go ahead and pop that into the general chat of the Discord so people can see it to give a little context here, Let's just... there it is, guys. And while y'all are looking at that, I'm going to move on to the next one here. Okay.
They're like,
What? The music is like this? What? Okay. Number 4. Oh, wow. This person's name is Gayward Vagabond. Says, my favorite trope is janitor in headphones continues cleaning through extreme action. And Adult Dad Finder, another amazing name, says, I've been the janitor in headphones, and trust me, it's an act. We just don't want to be involved in the nonsense. Makes sense, right?
Ignore, push it away.
Yeah. I mean, they even did that in the Marvel movies. Like, there was a point where Stan Lee was that janitor in headphones. He wasn't paying attention to nothing. All right.
I like when he played the dude in the brothel.
When did he play a dude in a brothel? What movie was that?
I don't know. Didn't he announce somebody's name? Next coming to the stage.
Oh, that was Deadpool, and it was a strip club.
Oh, strip club.
He was
brothel,
he was the DJ at the strip club in Deadpool.
Yeah.
All right, number 5. No name on this one. It says, no phone. I did not miss a call. I watched it ring the whole time. #posts.
That is me.
That's an entire ass mood.
5 scam calls a day.
Oh, I don't always answer them, but especially if I'm streaming, I try to answer them because sometimes you can fuck with the people on the other end, and it leads to an amusing moment or two, All right, number 6. Elfroots420 says, who needs ghosts? Haunt your own house. Wander around your own living room, wailing and crying. Simply Stormy says, I do already. Ghosts hate me because I do their job for them. And then Bornite says, millennials killing the haunting industry.
Millennials.
Yeah.
Frickin' millennials and their hauntings?
So says the millennial here, right?
Yeah.
Typical millennial.
Yeah. All right, number 7. Writer Rings says, more sincere seeming, the extension of mourning is, the funnier the joke. One example of this was Dicks Out for Harambe meme. Dicks are slang for guns, which facetiously called for armed revenge of Harambe's death. All right. And then Yimra replies with history. And then Open Nose Shosho says, I thought we were all flopping our schmeat out in honor of the great ape. You're telling me that it was a call to violence and I'm just standing there with my Anthony Weiner flapping in the breeze?
Anthony Weiner. Oh, boy.
I got to be honest, I thought it was like a penis thing myself. I had no idea it was a call to violence.
I thought it was just a silly, goofy...
Yeah, I had no idea.
Poorly timed, but,
Perhaps, but... Well, I mean, when else are you going to time it? Harambe died? When else are you going to get your dick out for him?
The yearly anniversary?
Well, I think we do that anyway, right? Okay.
I hope you do.
Yeah. Number 8 shows a photo from a gay Jewish wedding where both grooms are riding on what appears to be a unicorn. Obviously, a horse made up to be a unicorn. So, Safe Word Steely says, it's official. I have seen everything. A gay Jewish wedding where they rode in on a horse dressed as a unicorn. And then S. Leary says, and they said the internet was for porn.
It sounds like a pretty awesome heavy metal cover.
What? Gay unicorn wedding?
Yeah, gay Jewish dudes
Yeah.
riding on unicorns, busting through.
I mean, it doesn't look particularly metal, but you put a few guitars in there, put some flames on the side of the unicorn.
Exactly.
it could be made metal. Hey, what's up, Alice? All right, number 9. Selfie Goth says, if Romeo had just cried on Juliet's corpse for a couple hours instead of drinking poison right then, they would have been fine. And then Persephone Sidekick says, the moral of the story is always take time to cry for a few hours before making important decisions. I mean...
That took a left turn.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's true, though. It makes...
Taking time in general for those decisions.
Yeah. But, I mean, definitely do it wailing. Number 10. Let's see. How do I say this? Pakastakapihomo? It's all one word, so I don't know. It says, me learning English at 12. You lethargic, imprudent imbecile. How exactly have you managed to speak one language in your entire life and never learned such simple rules as your and who and whom? This English language is the grammatical complexity of a shovel, and I've mastered it better than you. Me trying to learn a new language at 27. I put enough word and sentence in an order, hope it makes sense. My heart good, but my brain small. Thank you and have mercy. Oh, to have the confidence of a mediocre 12-year-old.
Yeah, it's like
Like me learning French.
you hit a certain age of it, you're just like, I just got to get the gist of it. Just
Yeah.
the gist.
Yeah, as long as I understand it, right? All right, number 11. Career boyfriend says, don't let people tell you your attraction to fire is abnormal or hazardous. Prometheus doesn't have his liver eaten every day for you to ignore the allure of arson.
Remember the real hero.
Wow. You think Prometheus is sitting there getting his liver eaten every day, watching this guy burn buildings and going, yeah, worth it.
Every time.
I encourage people to enjoy fire right next to J.K. Rowling's house.
Oh, in Minecraft.
Yes, in Minecraft.
Yeah. Number 12, Rambling Ferret says, Millennial Prometheus uploads another PDF to his site. I've actually seen this. He's lost track of the printing and edition of his textbook. He knows they just rearranged some chapters and charge $150 per copy, and the professor wrote the book himself. The zip files upload successfully, and he starts uploading the next one. He isn't afraid of the potential lawsuit. Knowledge shouldn't be held out of reach like this. I will not be caged, says Millennial Cersei, screenshots all the lewd messages she gets from men on online dating sites and posts them on her very popular Instagram along with their pictures and usernames. When people accuse her of attempting to destroy their reputation, she insists she's just revealing them for the pigs they are. And Jukebox Emska says, Millennial Odysseus is starting to suspect there's something wrong with his GPS.
Oh no.
Now arriving at Cyclops Island.
Oh boy.
Boy, that sounds like a great place, right?
Oh yeah.
All right. Wow, this person again, number 13, it's Pakastakapi, whatever the hell. A sleight of hand magician routine that's also a stand-up comedy set about ADHD. I'm just there complaining about how I always lose or forget stuff. I change the subject as I lose your track of thought, and then suddenly remember I was holding a fan in my hand, and where the fuck did it go? I asked the audience if they saw where it went. Not in my sleeve. There's just a handkerchief there. Nothing in my pockets. Fuck, I don't even have any pockets. No, wait, what is in the... A dove emerges from an improbable place. Oh, fuck, I forgot to return that to the vet. Now distracted by tugging a comical length of handkerchiefs out of my sleeve, I start telling the story of why exactly I was borrowing a pigeon from a vet in the first place. The story, which is lengthy, still doesn't go on as long as the string of handkerchiefs. That would be
There's something to that.
That would be a great show.
Yeah.
That would be a great show. Oh, yeah, Alice says Cyclops Island is a perfectly legitimate business.
Very upfront.
Yeah. All right.
Perception required.
Hey, does that make me a Cyclops?
Yeah, you technically yes.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. Number 14, there's a picture of a snail eating a what looks like a slice of cucumber. And Sir Thursday says, "Sir, that is too big a bite." And X-Files says, "Don't tell him what to do." And then Sir Thursday says, "He's causing a scene." Okay.
What a slug.
It's just a slug eating a cucumber, though.
Well, it's a snail, but...
Snail, sorry.
Close enough for government work, right? All right. Number 15, Valhalla says, if I have to read Frederick the Great's personal coffee recipe with my own eyes, so do you. And then they print a part of it that I guess is Relevant. Frederick the Great used to make his own coffee with much to-do and fuss. For water, he used champagne. Then, to make the flavor stronger, he stirred in powdered mustard. Now, to me, it seems improbable that Frederick truly liked this brew. I suspect him of bravado, or perhaps he was taste blind.
Taste blind.
Or maybe both.
Tastes like something.
Dear God.
Imagine hot champagne strained through coffee grinds with mustard mixed into it. I mean, that's like something Starfire would drink, but, you know.
That's exactly what she would do.
Yeah.
And don't knock it till you try it.
Yeah, Starfire turns 21, goes to the club, and orders that as her first drink. Number 16. Jesus Christ. Smile says Frederick is taste agnostic. All right, Trash Boat says, my friend told me that last night that he gets girls to come back to his place by telling them, oh, I can't wait to go home and have me some stew. And I'm so hungry. Good thing I have stew at home, and it's worked every time. Bro, the worst part is last night I went to his place, and it's 11 p.m., and I'm sitting there eating fucking stew like, goddamn, it worked on me, too. I mean...
Someone mentions stew, suddenly you're like, yeah.
I mean, guys used to get a dog to impress women, but it turns out all you needed was stew. Or just the mention of stew, the allure of stew.
Food seems like a go-to for any sort of romance.
I mean, they say that a stomach, that's the key to a man's heart is through his stomach, and I'm assuming that, you know, it's not just men. Everybody likes to eat, right?
Give a man a stomach, and it feeds him for a day. No, wait, that's not it.
No, it is not. Okay, number 11. Powerful Wizard starts by posting a picture of a tweet from PJ Evans who says, cars have windows and can move. Houses have windows and can't move. So it's not the windows that make the car go. It's something else entirely. And then Gelled Egg says, this is what ancient Greek philosophy is like. And Airy Au Contrary says, Diogenes driving a mobile home into the symposium to ruin Plato's day. And then Red Chromanon says, behold, a van!
It's the best of both worlds.
Oh, wow. Number 18, this person, Logan says, I asked for extra spicy pad thai today. And it shows a picture of the receipt where it's listed, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Approximately 15 times it just says spicy. And at the bottom it says, make him regret being born.
That's too much.
And then Avatar 14 says, make him regret, spec prep, being born. Liz Critics the Revenge. What up, Manic? Gibbs, stop licking the goddamn bed. Gibbs. I'll throw something at you. Hey!
Thing to lick.
He does it all the time. He just gets like really weird and neurotic and licks the bed. All right, number 19.
Licks the couch.
There you go. Same basic principle, right? This is no name on this one. On New Year's Eve here in New Zealand, some people built a sandcastle island complete with a picnic table when the tide was out, so that when the tide came back, they would have their own private island and therefore not be subject to the local liquor ban. Good job, New Zealand. And then, yeah, there's a picture, actually. Which is the picture is posted by Not in Front of the Klingons. And then Neutral Fight Milk Hotel, which I think the person wrote the password and the username. They mixed the two up. And they wrote, you forgot the best part. Let's see. And they post a bit of an article that says, public drinking has been banned in the entire Commondale area, and violators could have been fined up to $250. However, the construction attracted admiration from the police when Inspector John Kelly actually commenting, that's creative thinking. If I'd have known about it, I probably would have joined them.
Awesome.
Yeah. Wow.
Nice.
Okay. That's pretty sweet. Okay, number 20. Buffalo Jill here just shares this tweet from somebody named Akira. It says, at a certain magnitude of cunt severity, getting misgendered by your family stops hurting and starts being funny. I have D cups, Grandpa. The waitress thinks you have dementia.
Oh, got him.
I mean, that is amazing if you're like, very obviously a woman, despite being trans, complete with huge hooters, and your grandfather is still referring to you as a guy. Yeah, most people are going to think, man, the old man's just not all there anymore. All right, so Gay Jesus probably replies with, reminds me of that one post where a trans guy hadn't seen his shitty parents in years, and they demanded he show up to his sister's wedding wearing a dress or not show up at all. Unfortunately for them, he transitioned during the years apart, and both he and his sister thought it'd be funnier to not tell them. So the wedding included this muscular, hairy dude in a frilly pink dress with zero explanations. For some weird reason, his parents were still pissed off that he'd followed their instructions to wear a dress.
Can't please some parents.
Yeah.
Nice.
I also want to imagine he had like a big beard,
Yeah. ZZ Top beard.
Exactly. Number 21, Monterey by Aquarium. You know that meme that goes around with like people at the party dancing, and then there's like one guy in the corner that's like, they don't know that I'm a genius or some shit like that. So it's that. Well, it's that meme, except it's a crab in the corner, and it says, I was like them once. Which I don't quite get. And then Nunya Bisney, I guess. Nunya Bisney says, I like how one of the most prestigious and respected marine institutions on the planet posted this with zero context.
Maybe he was a crab people before.
There you go. Tastes like crab, walk like people.
Referring to the dancing crabs meme.
I guess. Hold on.
Or
Gibbs!
crabcore?
If you don't stop looking in the bed, you're going to have to get off of it. I'm not sleeping on a wet spot. I will kick your ass. Go on your own bed.
Does anybody else remember crabcore?
No.
Okay.
All right, number 22.
I'm just not hearing of it.
Yeah. Wrath of the Giraffe says, in the vast world of comics, I wonder if there have been heroes with a Groundhog Day type power. By that I specifically mean a hero who, if they die, immediately finds themselves waking up at the beginning of that day again. If they don't die, they just continue forward through time. I'm just thinking of how crazy it would be to have that hero on your superhero team. Like, you go to headquarters in the morning and it seems like everything's normal, but then you go off to fire off a one-liner and then they say it at the same time as you, and suddenly you know something went wrong. And then one day you come in and your heart drops and you see that their every move looks rehearsed. They answer questions before asked. They are totally aware of everything that's about to happen. Imagine how scary that would be, realizing you're starting a day that your teammate has failed to survive maybe dozens of times. And then, yeah, it got dark.
Like a really cool comic.
Yeah, Wizard Stan says, sometimes he'll walk up to you and just slap your sandwich out of your hand and say, don't eat that. And you're thinking, damn, what did that sandwich do to me? That was actually still the first time through the day he just wanted to mess with you. Oh, my.
They figure it out.
Yeah. Well, you'd never know, right? Like, I died from that sandwich, right? All right, number 23. Paw Cake says, they need to make an app for the mentally ill. And then Rudolph's boyfriend says, my brother in Christ, you are on that site.
Oh.
The Tumblr is the app for the mentally ill, right? I would argue that most social media platforms fit that description. Especially,
going on.
Especially Facebook. I mean, Alice says they already have Discord. All right, number 24. T. Silver says, why was Oedipus against profanity? Ready? Because he kisses his mother with that mouth. And then B Swarm 17 makes it even worse by saying, I'm getting really tired of these motherfucking jokes. You know, kudos to both of these lads. All right, number 25. All right, so there's some sort of reference here. Ella Thurati, this asshole says, posts two pictures from two different cartoons, one of an old lady carrying a cake and one of a finger pointing to a calendar, and on that day you see Squidward's face on that day. I don't know. So it says, today is a great day because it's March 15th, the day when Denzel Crocker lost his happiness, and also it's Annoy Squidward Day. And Ubercream says it's also the day that Marty McFly's dad is murdered in the bad timeline. Hergler says, wow, this is just a bad date in fiction. Common Apple Kink Shaman, I just want to point out that person's name is Common Apple Kink Shaming.
Sounds like a Twitch
Yeah,
link.
yeah. It's the fucking Ides of March, people. Today's the day Julius Caesar was stabbed like 23 times. And Angel Baez says, "Give it up for day 15."
All I was thinking. As soon as you said March 15th, I'm
You
like,
think-
is this leading up to Julius Caesar?
I would hope so, right? They were certainly leading up to,
cursed, apparently.
well, because of the whole Ides of March. That's what, it's not that it's cursed. It's that fiction tends to use that as a bad date because that is the date that Julius Caesar was murdered on.
He was murdered several times. 23 times. Shit.
Well, that's the Shakespeare version of it anyway.
Well,
Yeah. Do you know that he actually, like, historically fought back?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just going to sit
Yep.
there and take it.
Well, I mean, they make it seem like he just walked out and they all just, like, got him, like, like all at once,
drama.
when in fact it was a long, drawn-out thing.
He had it coming, says Alice.
Yeah. Well, fascists got a fash, right? That being said, out of 25, I think this was a particularly good batch. I'm going to give it a 23. What say you guys?
I'm feeling 22.
If only we were all feeling 22, right? I mean, that doesn't really apply with Riddle, but considering that's literally
23, but
it's not that much of a difference between 22 and 23. But I'm 41, so
I'm a hair away from 40, and I'm not looking forward to it.
All right. Riddle, you have a list for us.
yes.
So, let's do that.
Do it.
Do it. Do it, Purcell.
Do it.
Come on, do it.
That was a good
Purcell.
Emperor.
Oh, do it.
Anyway,
Do it.
I came up with 6 stories from the time that I worked at Wendy's, and
Sweet.
to start this off, probably one of the first signs that this probably wasn't the best place to work was the interview I had wasn't really an interview because the first question was, when can I start?
Yeah. I think I would have thought
that is a giant red flag.
the first sign should have been the sign outside the place that said Wendy's. To be real, right? Let's be real here. Oh my god. I mean, like I said, I worked at Wendy's in the 90s, but yeah, I think I had the same experience. They asked, when can you start?
Well, it's a very quick process.
Yeah. Hey, Moogle.
It's a Moogle.
Which, yeah, I think they had like an above 100% turnover rate because nobody ever got fired.
They would just, fuck you, I quit.
Basically,
They yeet themselves from the job.
this segues to the first story
Okay.
about this one kid that worked there who disappeared for 2 weeks and came back. Turns out he got pulled over and thrown into the slammer for driving while high.
Oof.
And then he came back like nothing happened, and none of the managers said anything.
They must have really needed help. They're like,
He just turns
they're
around.
like-
What? I've
they're
been
like-
here the whole time.
they're like, hey, you're back. Good. Good on the fries.
And looking back, I'm pretty sure he was also high on the job.
Well, I think you'd have to be, but I mean, you gotta say that's pretty good job security that you can get arrested and vanish for 2 weeks and come back and your job's still there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
And then the next story is more of less of one occurrence and more something that kept happening, in which, like, basically everybody that wasn't me smoked and got smoke breaks, and it wasn't the fun type of smoke with weed, it was cigarettes.
yeah,
Ugh.
that's
Except
food
one
service
person
for you.
Who had a vape. And
Oh,
the funny thing about him was, rather than take smoke breaks whenever there was a lull in the orders and no one was at the drive-through, he'd open the drive-through window and sneak a puff out there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, what-
Classy.
whatever works, I guess, huh? Whatever gets you through the day.
Keep it classy, Wendy's.
Yeah. Okay, and the third story is when there was this weirdo licking the window.
It was quite delicious.
Oh God! I don't. Now I gotta ask you a question, Jesse.
Hmm?
now, in the year of our Lord Frank Zappa, 2022,
Yes.
and the age of COVID-19, do you look back upon that and sort of cringe and shudder?
No, I
That
look
licking.
back on it as just like an amusing little.
Yeah, but like
side
you would never
adventure.
do that now. Because when you said that to me, my first thought was, I don't think they clean the window all that often.
It had a taste.
No.
So that tells you something.
Glass isn't supposed to have flavor.
It was very robust.
Hey, J.E. Smith, what's going on? You want that smoked burger? Well, he said it's a vape, so it would probably taste like cotton candy or some bullshit, right?
So then it's not smoke, it's a vapor, so
Yeah.
it's okay.
You know what the issue with vaping is that, you start to smell like cookies or cotton candy or something. You get all excited, you turn the corner, and it's just Brad with his pen full of lies.
Yeah. And full of lies.
Yeah, right. Go ahead, Riddle.
Anyway, I think the next one to go over is just the general manager overall. Nobody liked her. I didn't like her at first because when I first came on, she was like 7 or 8 months pregnant. So she had zero patience for anything that I did, despite being a beginner.
That's understandable. I mean, when you have a human inside of you.
And it was such a relief once she left
Okay.
for maternity leave. And she was much nicer when she came back, so I'm pretty sure it's just
The
having
hormone.
other human beings.
Yeah,
But
the hormones popping off and, having a person hanging out down there,
people apparently disliked her so much that when word came that she was finally coming back, like 3 people quit soon
Wow.
after, including
Whoa,
the manager, because they did not want to work for her again.
Wow. And
Dang.
they didn't get to see the new and improved what's-her-face, right?
A lot less real
Right.
estate suddenly.
Well, I was referring more to the attitude, but yeah, I guess so. All right.
Right, and story number 4 has to do with the looking back on it, creepy age gap couple.
Oh, no. There's always that
So-
couple, isn't there?
So there was this girl that I worked with, and this guy who actually trained me. And the girl I worked with was in high school. And eventually, another coworker found out and started telling us that they were in a relationship. And she immediately freaked out and left the restaurant for like 2 hours and then came back like nothing happened.
I
You
wonder
had to dance it out.
what she did in that 2 hours.
It didn't occur to me until after I left, but the issue was that while she was still in high school, the guy that she was dating that trained me was 26.
There's always that sketchy 26-year-old guy dating the high schooler. That's like, it's almost like a cliche at this point.
His mustache is just starting to look normal, so he's like, he'll impress the high schoolers.
Oh, God. It's like, hey, I have my own car.
I drive a Lexus.
Oh. No, it's always a Toyota Corolla.
Toyota Corolla.
Yeah, it's
right?
always the Corolla. All right. Ugh.
Alright? And the
With
next
the patchy
one,
beard, yep.
number 5 is the only serious time I got in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Because part of the cashier duties I did in the drive-in was checking for counterfeit bills by using the PIN.
Yeah.
And apparently one got by me because I got called into the general manager's office.
Yeah.
And apparently somebody had managed to pay with a $20 bill that had the head on both sides.
Uh-oh.
Now, was that legitimately a counterfeit or was it a misprinted bill?
Apparently it was a counterfeit because
Oh,
I got
okay.
chewed out.
Well, I mean, they don't know that? Because, by the way, a misprinted bill like that would be worth a lot more than $20.
Huh.
Just saying. But that's interesting. I mean, when I worked at Wendy's, when you said 20, I'm thinking, who counterfeits a 20? We had a girl there that accidentally took a fake 100.
Yeah, that's why
You
they
know.
check hundreds.
And you got to think, like, isn't that already sketchy going to a burger place with $100 bill? Like, come on.
Maybe you're buying for a soccer team. I don't know.
No, what it is a fake fucking bill, and they're buying like one $7 hamburger meal and getting a whole bunch of real money back as change. That's what it really is. But a 20, I mean, that's like the person probably didn't even realize it. Yeah, that's. I mean, it was probably pretty hectic. And here's the thing: expecting a bunch of teenagers to be counterfeit checkers is kind of sketchy.
Yeah, like you're relying on teenagers to.
Yeah.
Suddenly have like CSI level quality eyes.
Well, I mean, it doesn't take that to realize both sides have Jackson's face on it, though.
Yeah, but
maybe they think it was a special edition.
Yeah, special edition, twice the Andrew Jackson. That's
It's actually worth 40 because you got 20 on one side and 20 on the other.
Well, let me ask you a question. Did they attempt to make you pay back the $20?
thankfully they did not.
Yeah, because they made the girl there pay the $100, and I didn't know until way later I didn't know till way later that is actually illegal. It's called wage theft, and it's actually illegal. Yeah. But okay, you got one more for us, right?
One more to end on a higher note is something funny, not really bad. One of the new managers that came in, because we also had plenty of new managers, came in through the back, and another coworker of mine was back there, and immediately scurried out, came up to me and said, "Have you seen the new manager?" I'm like, "No." He said, "She's scary as hell," and then ran off to another section of the store.
Assess that situation quickly, huh?
And out from the back came the tallest, toughest-looking black woman I'd ever seen.
Okay. So he was scared because a black woman walked in. That's not funny. That's racist.
Maybe
Well,
maybe she was really mean.
What?
She tried to be really nice.
On first glance, like she's coming in for the first time, and she's mean by looking at her. Come on.
Maybe she had a furrowed brow. I don't know. I wasn't there.
I'm just imagining it as Grace Jones.
Well, the scared coworker was also blind. And
Oh.
she turned out to be really nice, which made it funnier retroactively.
Right. So Alice says that in the Revolutionary War, counterfeit money was detectable because it was greater quality than the real thing.
Huh.
It's like, what? Our government doesn't make anything this good. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. All right, well, out of 6, I'm going to say, yeah, these were good. I'm going to give it a 6.
I got to give it a 6, too. I like that kind of stuff.
Sweet. Okay, so...
Give it a 6.
Well, you don't get to rate your own. Come on now.
But then we give it a 666.
Well, the number of the beast. Okay, now we do have submitted lists, but I have a few of my own that I want to get through because they're really good. And then we'll do submitted lists. So let me bring that up real quick. Let's see. Here I am.
It's sex stories.
No, I don't have sex stories, but I have one that I definitely wanted to make sure that I do while Riddle's here.
I said sex toys, but...
Oh, I mean, no, I don't have that either. If somebody wants to do, like, top 10 sex toys or whatever, then, like, bring it on, but we'll take just about anything.
Let me go through my tools, and I'll come up with a list.
Tools. You're a tool.
Oh.
Aw. Since Tanya's not here.
Oh, Snapple. Where is it? Oh, no. I'm reading through all this, and I can't find the one I was looking for.
List Critics After Dark. Heck yeah.
Well, we did do that, like, sex-themed episode a long time ago.
Yeah.
Did I neglect to actually archive this? It was from Cracked, so I could probably find it pretty quickly. But I don't know.
Sure you didn't just order some crack?
If that's the case, then it hasn't arrived. And then, we run into a completely different issue. I found it.
I mean, they clearly marked that shit.
Yeah. So this is 15 jokes that belong in the Comedy Hall of Fame.
Oh no.
Why?
Orange, you glad I didn't say banana?
Yeah, well, not that. No, these are good jokes, is the thing. Okay.
Hey.
So, number 15, this is coming from Chris Rock. You don't need no gun control. You know what you need? You need bullet control. I think all bullets should cost $5,000. You know why? Because if a bullet cost $5,000, there would be no more innocent bystanders.
People would pay real close attention.
You're like, wait a minute. I got to really make this decision carefully.
Suddenly, everybody's a sniper.
All right, number 14. This is from Tig Notaro, who I don't know who she is, but she says, I went on a hardcore drinking and smoking binge. It lasted right about 9 months, and then as soon as I was born, I was like, do not go in there.
Hey.
That is good. All right, number 13 is from George Carlin, who said, electricity is just really organized lightning.
Yeah.
Oh, God. All right, number 12, from Norm MacDonald. He said, I once walked in on my parents having sex. It was the most embarrassing 30 minutes of my life.
Oh.
Just standing there.
You know, in one of the South Park games, there's that part where your parents are having sex in the background. And if you stand there long enough, it gives you an achievement, like what the hell's wrong with you or something like that. All right. Number 12 from Maria Bramford. She says, I think before giving me a credit card, they should have given me a math test, a series of story problems. If Maria's boyfriend is in a folk band but only smokes pot every other day, what is the percentage of the rent he'll be able to contribute? Now, I thought 50%, but the answer is 0. Hey, EB, what's going on? Oh, man. All right, number 10 is from Stephen Wright. He said, I've been getting into astronomy, so I installed a skylight. The people who live above me are furious.
I love it.
I could just see him like, the people who live above me are furious.
Very dead.
Yeah. Number 9 is from Wanda Sykes. She said, I hate it when women compare men to dogs. Men are not dogs. Dogs are loyal. I've never found any strange panties in my dog's house.
Oh.
That's true. Point. Yep. Number 8 is from Rodney Dangerfield. Okay, so I'm being told by EB that you two are quiet. Now, it might just be kind of a stream thing. I'm actually going to go to the stream and hear what it sounds like. Give me a second, guys. Because I do see the chat, but I'm not at the stream. So go ahead, say something, please.
Hello there.
So go ahead, say something.
This is my voice.
Okay, stop. Okay, stop. All right, you're a little low. Not terribly low, but you could stand to be louder. Let me see if I can get that resolved here. We're just gonna max out Jesse and Riddle. We're gonna max you out too.
I need to project.
Well, don't yell in my ear. I mean, I just maxed you out and you're screaming. Okay. All right. So number 8 is from Rodney Dangerfield, who says, I could tell that my parents hated me. My bath toys were a toaster and a radio.
Oh no.
Number 7 is from Bill Burr, who said, why would you listen to another human being tell me where you're going to go when you die? Dude, have you ever been dead? No. So wouldn't it be safe to assume that you wouldn't have the slightest fucking idea what you were talking about? Yeah, Aunt Diane, now please pass the stuffing.
I mean, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. It's not a great joke, but I think it's probably Bill Burr's delivery that makes it.
Yeah, all right. He's got a certain way of. Well,
yeah.
They all do.
Yeah. Number 6 is from Ali Wong, who said, if I ever do a nude scene, I want to be in shape just enough so nobody calls me courageous for doing it.
Very brave.
Oh, stunning and brave. All right. Number 5, from one of the greats of all time, Mitch Hedberg, who said, I like vending machines because snacks are better when they fall. If I go buy a candy bar in a store, oftentimes I will drop it so that it reaches its maximum flavor potential. It doesn't contain the second part of the joke where he said the best thing about vending machines are that little flap that prevents you from reaching your arm up in there. Boy, before that, it was a free ride. Which candy bar am I getting? That one and all the ones in the bottom row?
Yep.
Number 4, from Amy Schumer, she said, I usually feel pretty good about myself. I know what I look like. You'd bang me, but you wouldn't blog about it. You won't be twittering, you won't believe who I'm inside. It's fine.
Yeah, sounds like an Amy Schumer joke.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue thinking that Amy Schumer is just not that good.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's no Wanda Sykes, that's for sure.
Lord, no.
Number 3 is from Bill Hicks, who says, people tell me, Bill, let it go. The Kennedy assassination was years ago. It was just the assassination of a president and the hijacking of our government by a totalitarian regime. Who cares? Just let it go. I say, all right then, that whole Jesus thing, let it go. It was 2,000 years ago. Who cares? All right, number 2 is from Dave Chappelle, who said, terrorists don't take black hostages. I have yet to see one of us on the news reading a hostage letter. They is treating us good. We all chilling and shit. I'd like to give a shout out to Ray, and Big Steve and send some Newports. It's always some Chad or Karen. Actually, Karen's probably a bad bargaining chip now. Yeah. Yeah. EB says fuck Dave Chappelle, but I'd rather not.
Yeah, I'd fight it if it wasn't Dave.
Yeah. And our number 1 is from Bob Saget, who said, I told my girlfriend tonight when I come home I want to make love to you badly. And she said, at least you don't overestimate yourself.
But
Oh, okay. So there were only like maybe 1 or 2 that I wasn't a big fan of here. Yeah, EB says export him to Transphobe Island. I think that's the UK. So out of 15, I'm going to give it a 13. There were 2 that I thought were kind of not amazing. The rest of them were good, though.
yeah,
Give it a 12.
12? Okay.
I think I'm right there with Riddle on the 12.
Sweet.
We're both riding the 12 bus.
Okay, so I have this one from Ranker. Drill sergeants are sharing their favorite responses from recruits. So, funny. Yeah. Okay, so number 1. Let me see how many there are. Are we starting with number 1? We'll start from the bottom. We'll start with number 16. There's 16 of them. All right, so I had a recruit I named Giggles, as she couldn't help but giggle anytime anything was happening or we were just still. I came up with the rule that anytime I caught her, she had to tell me a joke, and if it sucked, her whole squad had to push. Formation just before chow, we were sharking, and sure enough, she starts her thing. All right, let's hear it. Her response, how do you get an elephant in the subway? No clue. How do you get an elephant on the subway? You take the S out of sub and the F out of way. I walked 2 laps trying to figure out, and finally turned to face her and said, Giggles, there's no F in... Just as I got it. All right, you win this round. Woo, that's a good one. All right. Number 15. I went to a military college, and our first year is called Knob Year, as you do,
Nice.
where the freshman year is one long boot camp. We were standing in line waiting to go into lunch formation when we had a couple upperclassmen came to yell at one of my classmates. Apparently, he had requested for extra time off around Thanksgiving. Knob, what is the meaning of you asking for special leave? Sir, my stepbrother is in a band and about to go on tour. This will be the last time he is home for a year, sir. A tour? With what band? Sir, they're opening for Motley Crue, sir. What is the name of this band? Sir, Guns N' Roses, sir. What an awful name. They will never make it. At the end of Knob Year, my classmate decided not to come back to school, but instead to go to be a roadie with his stepbrother's band. Doesn't mention which member of Guns N' Roses he was related to, though. All right.
I think they did all right.
Yeah, they did all right for themselves. Number 14, had a buddy who went to military college. He broke bearing while at attention. He grimaced because the sun hit his eyes, but it looked like he was smiling. Platoon leader comes up and asks him, what's so funny? Is your dad a clown? His father was, in fact, a part-time clown.
Oh.
Womp, 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 womp.
What are the odds?
Yeah, right. Yeah, pretty damn small, right? All right, number 13. Asked a private the difference between cover and concealment. Private said, "Drill Sergeant, you asked what seems like a very important question, which I am supposed to know the answer. However, this private was imagining not being called on and was not paying attention to the question, Drill Sergeant."
That's honesty.
That is straight up honesty. I mean, it's better to admit you don't know or you weren't paying attention than to try and bullshit your way through it, right?
Mm-hmm.
By the way, cover stops the bullets. Concealment just hides where you are.
Oh.
Number 12. Went to boot camp Marines in 2005. There was no room for bullshit then, and I assume this is still the case. Well, about halfway through boot camp one night, we finish everything and are in our racks to sleep. The moment the drill instructor flips the light switch off, one of the recruits yells across the squad bay, "Good night, sir!" So simple, so stupid, and yet so absolutely hilarious. We spent the next 30 minutes getting IT'd in the dark. I still look back at the moment and laugh sometimes. It's not even that funny, but all right.
It's nice to say goodnight.
Yeah, right? What's wrong with that? All right, number 11. I was not a drill instructor, but when I went through USMC boot camp, we had a recruit there that was a local from San Diego that had a reputation of being a really funny guy. Recruit W is climbing the stairway to heaven, which is a very tall ladder-like structure. When he reaches the top, he calls out to the drill instructor below. "Sir, Recruit W requests permission to speak to drill instructor Sergeant B, sir." The DI, Sergeant B, gives him permission to speak. "Sir, this recruit can see his house from here, sir." The DI, Sergeant B, lost his composure and had to laugh out loud, and Recruit W had to do some extra push-ups and bend and thrusts when he got off the obstacle.
Worth it.
Yeah, definitely worth it. I mean, he asked for permission and everything, right?
Yep.
All right, number 10. At basic, I got the whole DS team laughing from a comment. DS starts yelling at me in my face about God knows what, on and on. He has a super strong Mississippi accent, and I'm an immigrant from South Africa. My accent sounds English or Australian to U.S. people. Only been in the USA for a few years, and honestly, I can only understand a bit of what he is saying. At the end, he concludes with, "Do you understand the words coming out of my mouth, Private?" I reply, "Drill Sergeant, no, I am really struggling with your accent, Drill Sergeant." There was a silence for a bit, and then they all started laughing. Oh. All right.
Very thick accent.
Yeah, right. Now, number 9. When I went through Air Force Basic, we had a list of things we needed to have memorized and would regularly be quizzed on. At the end of the chow hall line was the snake pit, the table where all the drill instructors sat and would randomly stop trainees and ask them these questions. As I was passing the table, I overheard one drill instructor brag to another that a girl in her flight had every single answer memorized well before most people usually do. As I sat down, they stopped that recruit, and one drill instructor started drilling her with these questions. She answers everyone perfectly and quickly. After 20 or so questions, the DI asks, "Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?" The recruit paused for a minute and said, "Excuse me, sir?" The DI yelled at the top of his lungs, "Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?" All the other DI shout, "SpongeBob SquarePants."
Aww.
At least they were having fun, right? That is fun. Poor girl was probably confused out of her mind.
Yeah.
All right, number 8. I ordered the platoon to form up facing west. One troop asked, "Master Corporal, our west or your west?" I just walked away angrily and let his peers sort him out. I came out of my office and they were facing east.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Wow.
So his west.
I think they needed
East.
East, yeah. They needed Danny DeVito to sort them out, right? Oh, Jesus.
I don't get it.
You never seen that movie, The Renaissance Man, where he was a teacher in the military?
No, I guess not.
Oh, he had to teach them,
I
like,
have not.
it was like all these recruits in the army that were like considered so stupid that they were going to wash out of basic training, so he had to teach them, and he wound up teaching them like Hamlet or something, you know?
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
All right, number 7. We were required to leave creases in our uniform, and if you know anything about it, you can sometimes fuck it up and give a shirt 2 creases, commonly referred to as railroad tracks. One morning in formation for uniform inspection, it was discovered someone had done just this to their shirt. So in come the DIs. At one point, one of them started yelling, "Recruit X, are you a train conductor?" And sure as shit, before he joined. So he answered, "Sir, yes, sir." Everyone got awkward quiet for what felt like 5 minutes, but I was sure it was only 5 seconds, and then the group of them went on yelling to the next person in formation. They're just like, okay, moving on.
So anyway.
Yeah, all right, you got me there. All right, number 6. We were coming back from a PT session, and as we turned left around the side of the building onto the parade share, there's a Challenger 2 parked in the middle of the square. Big fuck-off British Army tank. As we're marching past it, our staff sergeant asks the platoon if any of us know what it is. Guy towards the back yells in the most confident possible way. Yes, Staff Sergeant, it is a Ford Fiesta. Everybody burst out laughing. Wow. Everybody burst out laughing, and Staff is doing his absolute best to hold it in this massive grin. The individual in question was later assigned a 3,000-word essay due to the next day titled Why a Challenger Mark II is Not a Ford Fiesta.
3,000 words?
Hella words, yeah. All right, number 5. One day I saw an officer standing outside a bathroom staring at his watch and yelling through the door. As I walked up, a pretty heavy cadet came out looking embarrassed. I then witnessed the following exchange. Cadet, do you want to explain why you took 18 minutes in the bathroom? Sir, I'm sorry. I really had to go, sir. You had better be 20 pounds lighter than that after that. Sir, at least 40, sir. The officer started to retort, but couldn't as he started laughing along with everyone else watching. You know, sometimes you got to take a 40-pound shit, I mean.
Wow.
40 pounds?
He wasn't dropping the kids off at the pool. He was dropping the adults off at the pool.
It's like a medium-sized dog.
Oh, shit, you're right. All right, number 4. A recruit was holding a door open for his company mates to pass through. He was standing outside, holding his door open, but wasn't wearing his hat. We were on a pretty tight schedule. He was a good kid, and I wasn't trying to make a scene. I walked over to him, and in a hushed voice says, Recruit, are you inside or outside? My intent was to prompt him to put his hat on. That was it. I was just trying to help a brother out. He turned to face me, and at the top of his lungs shouted, This recruit will find out, sir! I couldn't help myself. Oh! You're going to find out? You know what? Take 5 seconds. Go on. Look around. Gather as many facts as you can. 05, 04, 03, 02, 01. You're done. Recruit, have you reached a determination as to the description of your surroundings? Yes, sir. Well, speak freely. This recruit has assessed the situation and is overwhelmingly confident that he is outside. I then pulled his hat out of his pocket and placed it on top of his head. His eyes lit up with an oh look. He got it. Oh, dear. I will find out.
Next time, say, put your hat on.
Yeah, well, yeah, but he was trying to be nice about it, you know?
Yeah.
I love the fact that he's, like, whispering to him and the guy is screaming, I will find out, sir, you know? Number 3. I heard a recruit say this. The DS says, Did your mother send you here to piss me off? You write home and tell her you're doing a good job. Sir, no, sir, my father sent me here to piss my mother off. The DS spun... Damn. The DS spun on his heel and marched off with his head down and his hand over his mouth. Amazing.
Some more truth coming out.
Yeah. All right, number 2. Recruit fired all his blank ammo during ambush response training. He crawled in ditch to opposite where the aggressors were and started throwing rocks. DI came running to the middle of the road, blowing his whistle and screamed, What the fuck are you doing? Recruit screamed back, Throwing hand grenades, drill sergeant. Without missing a beat, the DI screamed, Out fucking standing, and walked away.
Out fucking standing.
I mean, like, you gotta figure if it was a real combat situation and he was out of bullets, he would be throwing hand grenades, right?
Yeah.
All right. Finally, here's number 1. I went through OCS a couple years back. Our RDC was a stickler for making sure that our socks were pulled all the way up during PT and would routinely yell at candidates to pull their socks up by yelling, Motivate your socks. A couple of days into OCS and we're doing PT, and the RDC spots a girl with her socks bunched at her ankles. He rushes over and gets in her face and requests that she motivate her socks. She, being new, had no idea what this means yet. He yells it again, and she starts to panic. She looks down at her socks and yells at the top of her lungs, You can do it, socks! RDC does an about face, and despite his best attempt, he absolutely loses it while trying to make a hasty exit. Oh, you never see these in the military movies, right? Oh boy! All right.
There's always just some hothead firing off insults.
It's always like Army Ermy threatening to fuck your sister or whatever the hell it is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, out of 16. What do you guys say? I think that was pretty fucking amazing.
I would go with 16. I liked all of those.
16.
Yeah, I think we're in full agreement here. Okay, I have one more, and then we're gonna move on to submitted lists.
All right.
I actually have several more, but I'm picking one more, and we're gonna make a little bit of a game out of this. I think this can be fun. In this one, it's people share their experiences meeting celebrities, and they're all very, very short and to the point. So I'm just going to say the celebrity's name, and I want you guys to guess whether it's a positive or negative experience. You know, do you think they're just? We'll do nasty or nice. You think this person's nasty or nice? Okay.
I like it. Yeah.
All right. So let's start with Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Jago Lev? I say positive.
So you're saying nice?
Positive.
Nice.
Okay. He greeted him like a friend, chatted with him for about a couple of his movies, and let my boyfriend be a total geek. So that's definitely a nice for Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Nice.
Yeah.
Aww.
Seems like
All right.
it, yeah.
EB, there's not a lot I can do about that. EB's still having a hard time hearing you two. I guess the last thing I can do is just bring up Discord more in the mix. All right, guys, say something.
Hello. This is my voice.
Yeah. Okay, so I haven't made them louder. Okay, that's quite enough. I haven't made them louder. I just made Discord louder. So hopefully that fixed the issue. All right. Because you two are maxed out. Okay, Bill Gates, nasty or nice? Quickly.
Nasty.
Yeah, I'm thinking nasty.
It says he stood in line like everyone else and even tipped well.
Damn.
That was a nice one. Nice.
I was incorrect.
Okay. Zach Braff.
Definitely nasty.
Not too familiar with him, so I'll just pretend and say nasty.
Okay. I used to work with the sister of Nurse Carla from Scrubs. She said everyone on the cast was amazing except for Zach Braff. So that's a nasty. That's a nasty. Yeah. Okay. Michael Phelps. Olympic swimmer Michael Phelps.
I think nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Been to several casinos where he treated the dealers and cocktail servers like total garbage.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah.
I thought he had to put on a good face for, the Olympics.
Not no more he don't, huh? Okay, Hillary Duff.
I'll say nice.
Nice.
A friend of mine worked on one of the flights she was on. A little girl wandered back to Hillary's seat for an autograph, and she told her to get lost.
No.
Yeah.
Hillary Duff.
No,
that's awful.
That is awful. Okay. Okay, this is an easy one, but Tim Allen.
Nasty.
Nasty.
I mean, everybody knows he's a notorious shithead, right? He owns a house near my summer home and threatened a friend for welcoming him to the neighborhood with pie.
What?
Can you imagine that?
You, Jack Free Pie.
How dare you bring me pie? Okay, Viggo Mortensen.
I don't know who that is.
He played Aragorn in The Lord of the Rings.
I'll say nasty.
I'll say nice.
He used to go to the restaurant I managed all the time. He was one of the nicest, most down-to-earth celebrities we had.
Damn it.
Yeah. He does seem like a nice guy.
He was so angry in those movies.
Well, he was playing a character. It's acting.
I know.
Okay, Steve Austin. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Nice.
It's a tough one, right?
Question mark?
Yeah, I'll go nice.
He found my dog that ran away and picked him up off the highway. He ended up cleaning him up and gave him tons of toys before we got him back.
Aww.
Very nice.
Maybe they shared a beer after.
There you go. Jaden Smith.
Nasty.
He's a weirdo, so I'll go nasty.
He is a damn weirdo, isn't he? Wouldn't leave my store 30 minutes after we closed. Neither would his security guard or the girl he was with.
Just loitering.
Just an obnoxious, oblivious kid.
Yeah,
all right.
He's got a wild Twitter.
Sounds about right.
Okay, I think this one's an easy one too. Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Seems
Never,
nice.
never heard anything bad about Mark Ruffalo, right? I started chatting him up about acting and how he got into the industry, and he ended up talking to me for an hour and gave me his email address.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Nobody's ever said anything bad about Mark Ruffalo. And just like EB said, he's a weirdo too, but in a good way.
That's good.
Keanu Reeves. This is an easy one.
Nice.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves is like the internet's boyfriend, right? Like everybody likes him. I went through an airport security line with Keanu Reeves. He was super cool and open for about a 5-minute conversation.
All right.
Yeah. Natalie Portman.
I think nice. I want to say nice. I want to believe it.
Yeah.
One of my sister's friends went to a college with her. She threw a hissy fit because a professor used her real last name when taking attendance. You know, I'm gonna say that's not either. I'm gonna say that's kind of no big deal.
Lateral move.
Yeah, because like because if you think of when she was in college, it was like right after she was in Star Wars and she was just becoming really famous. She probably wanted to be incognito.
Mm-hmm.
So
don't spoil it for me.
You know, yeah, she probably wanted to be treated like anyone else. All right, Julie Andrews.
Oh no.
This is Mary Poppins herself here.
Yeah, it's Mary Poppins. I gotta go nice.
I want to say nice.
Okay.
I'm gonna
want
stick
it to
with
be
it.
nice.
My boss went out to her table to do his chef thing. He said she was so down to earth and complimented his food. There you go.
Yeah, just portraying her character.
Yeah. And she was an Aquaman. Okay. CeeLo Green.
I'll say nasty.
Nasty.
Spotted him at a restaurant in Atlanta. I kept kind of creepily staring at him until he noticed me. Then he waved and said, "Keep it real, bro."
Oh.
Doesn't change the fact that he's a rapist, but all right.
What?
Oh, you didn't know about that?
Say what now?
Oh, you didn't know? Well, no.
Yeah. And his
didn't.
defense was, well, she didn't remember it.
Oh. No.
Yeah.
Ew.
He is a notorious creep.
Wow.
Speaking of notorious creeps, the next one here is Justin Bieber.
God. Oh, nasty. Has to be.
That's an easy one, right? I'm a helicopter pilot and had the displeasure of flying Justin Bieber. He lives up to his reputation and was incredibly rude.
Ugh.
All right, John Stamos.
Oh, nice.
I'm looking over at the chat here because I
Nice.
know EB has an irrational hatred of John Stamos. But let's see. I was personal assistant and driver for John Stamos for a week. He was a very modest, friendly, and had a great sense of humor.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I mean, he's drinking from the fountain of youth. It's got to give you some kind of good qualities overall.
You would hope so, right? Okay, Adam Driver.
Nasty.
Are you thinking of Adam Driver or are you thinking of Kylo Ren? I know. He plays a lot of villains, doesn't he? Okay.
Yeah.
A genuinely kind and courteous dude. He's also massive in person and pretty shy too, which is kind of surprising.
I'm glad I was wrong.
Yeah.
Ew.
All right, Zoe Deschanel.
Zoe.
Uh.
I'll say I'll try nasty again
You go.
because she pronounces her name Zoe, but there's 2 O's.
So how would you say it?
Zoe.
I mean, I think that's up to her parents, right? All right. Well, Riddle, what are you saying?
I'll say nice to be contrary.
Okay. My friends and I have all worked as extras on New Girl, and she is a mean person.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Flava Flav.
Flava Flav. I'm gonna just wild card. Nice.
Nice.
I saw Flava Flav at an airport once. He was yelling at the flight crew over his flight being canceled.
So he's just hot-headed.
He's a Karen.
Spirit Airlines?
Who knows? Well, it sounds like he's a Karen. I mean, they don't have control over his flight being canceled, you know?
True.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. EB has their own story there.
Oh?
Yeah. All right, Robert Downey Jr., one of the biggest stars in the world right now.
Ooh,
Ooh,
is this
nice.
is this new Robert Downey Jr. or old Robert Downey Jr.?
It does
I'll
not.
say-
It does not specify.
I'll go nice.
Okay. My friend and I were flying a boarding kite on the beach when he approached us and initiated a conversation with, "Hey guys, cool kite."
All right.
There you go. Seems nice to me, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just every day you're like on the beach flying a kite and fucking Iron Man walks up to you and starts up a conversation, right? Okay, Keegan-Michael Key.
Oh, I hope nice.
You want to believe, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You want to
I'll
believe.
go with nice.
Yeah. Complimented him on his at the time new series. He took one hand with both of his hands, asked my name, and gave me the sincerest thank you.
Hooray.
Just a genuine dude.
Yeah. Mark Cuban.
Mark Cuban.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah. He was from Shark Tank and
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll go with nasty.
he
I'm
owns
thinking nasty.
he owns a basketball team as well. Met him while catering an event. Nicest guy in the world. Stayed for so long after, so anyone who wanted a picture could get one.
Huh.
Surprising, right? Yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah. Tiger Woods.
Oh, definitely
Nasty.
nasty.
Yeah. When I was about 5, I asked for his autograph. He got in his car and never even looked at me.
Oh, nasty as he wants to be.
Yeah. All right. Kevin James.
Nice. He comes off that way.
Really? Okay.
Well, you know, the lovable schlub.
I have never heard a nice thing about Kevin James.
I've never heard anything
Go
about
with
Kevin
nasty
James.
then.
Yeah. A buddy of mine was a waiter for him. When asked him if he wanted anything to drink, he responds, "You were told not to speak to me."
Oh, well,
Wow.
Yeah. I have
you
never
guys knew
heard.
something I didn't.
Yeah, no, I've heard a lot of.
Jackass.
I've heard a lot of stories that he is a prick.
Manic Scarecrow says he wants to go nasty.
Yeah. Oh dear. Okay, Guy Fieri.
Oh,
Guy Fieri.
I was a dare.
It's
I'll go
interesting
nice.
because he's got that douche energy, but it's like a weird wholesome douche energy.
Wholesome douche. That's
Yeah,
a good way.
he's
I'll,
all-
I'll say I'll say nasty though, just to
Okay.
be contrary.
Yeah. Was sent to take pictures of him when he was visiting a local restaurant. He sat down to eat with me and we got to chat. He's really nice.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Ashton Kutcher. I
What
think
if I
that
say nice, but then
Go
he
nasty.
punked us.
yeah. Well, I mean,
I'll say nice.
I think that it's like it depends on whether or not he's currently punking you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Met him while in the emergency room. He helped me up after I collapsed. His kindness and warmth was deeply appreciated.
Aw, glad I was right.
Johnny Depp.
Oh, that's a toss-up.
I think that like Johnny Depp is sort of like a lord of chaos anyway, so you can't go
Yeah.
by one story, right?
I don't know.
I just
Yeah.
hope for nice. I hope for nice.
Well,
I'll
you
hope for nice.
yeah. Used to deliver food from a catering service. Johnny Depp once tipped me $100.
Damn.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, that's
yes,
good.
that is nice.
All right. Gwen Stefani.
Hmm.
Now,
Well,
I've heard nice things, but who knows, right?
Who knows?
I'll go with
Yeah.
nice.
I'm gonna go nasty.
Was seriously one of the sweetest people I've ever met. When the first picture I took with her didn't turn out well, she offered to take another.
Oh, that's big.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Okay, here's an easy one. Bill Nye.
Oh, nasty.
Yeah.
Is he a nasty guy?
If you've anybody who's ever met him has said he's a dick.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll go with it.
Okay,
Nasty.
yeah. Many individuals I've worked with have personally known him and said he was an asshole.
Damn.
Yeah. Okay, Laverne Cox.
The name sounds familiar. I'm trying to remember who that is.
She was on.
Same.
She was on Orange Is the New Black.
Oh, was she the lead?
No, but she was on it.
Oh.
She was also on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Nice.
I'll go with nice.
One of my friends is a flight attendant and said she's a total diva.
That's a bad thing.
Total diva. And that is a bad thing. All right, Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle.
Nasty.
So now I think this is going to depend. Is the person telling this trans, because if they were trans, I'm sure he was a dick. If they're not, it can go either way. You know what I mean?
I guess he's apparently said something in his latest special, but I don't know. I haven't seen it yet.
He's been making transphobic jokes for like a while.
Well,
all right.
I haven't heard it yet, but
yeah,
I'm
but this is
I'll trust you and say nasty.
Well, yeah, but like I said, this is only going to be one person's experience with him, and we don't know who this one person is.
True.
I mean, I agree with EB. Doesn't matter. He's nasty, but this is what it says. Got to talk to him for 20 minutes. He was really down to earth and naturally funny.
Boy, you nasty.
Lucky for you.
Josh Peck.
What?
You might be too young to know. Josh Peck was
Drake
on.
and Josh?
No, he was on. Well, yeah, he was on Drake and Josh, but I was thinking of him from all that, like all the Nickelodeon shows back in the day.
I did not see any of those, but I'll just say nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's
Go
exactly
with nice.
okay. He's exactly how he seems from Vine and YouTube. Extremely nice person.
Yes.
Okay. Mariah
In
Carey.
stark contrast to Drake Bell. He's a creeper, I've heard.
Oh yes. Mariah Carey.
Seems diva-ish nasty.
Nasty.
She came to my workplace once and was a nightmare the entire time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here's another Lord of Chaos that you can never tell what's going to happen. Chevy Chase.
Oh. Yeah. I'll say nasty.
I'll say nice.
Nobody.
Side's covered.
Yeah. Nobody has anything nice to say about him, and he seems to revel in it.
Oh.
That is true. Yeah. That is his persona. All right. Henry Winkler.
Oh, I hope nice. Nice. He seems nice.
So nice.
Nice.
So nice. Jesse said it thrice.
Thrice.
Met him at Comic-Con. He was very welcoming and thanked me after we took a photo with him.
Oh, yeah.
Hey. Okay, Rosario Dawson.
She kind of seems nice, too.
I've heard very mixed things, so let's see how this
Oh.
goes. I've heard very nice things and I've heard very nasty things. So let's see which one this goes on. It says, was really nice at the Women's March. I'm a bit shy. She saw me watching others take pictures and asked if I wanted one.
Oh, that is nice.
There you go.
Nice.
Wait, who did that, EB?
Huh?
Who?
AB said he volunteered to be America's replacement grandparent when Betty White died and said he'd take us all for ice cream. Is that Henry Winkler that said that? Oh, that's amazing. There we go.
Wow.
All right.
Nice.
Here was one. This is easy, right? J-Lo. Easy one
Nasty.
on that, yeah.
Nasty.
Everybody knows she's nasty. Let's see. A friend of mine waited on her and her entourage. She made ridiculous demands and threw fits over boiled water.
I guess love does cost a thing.
Yeah. Well, here's another Chaos Lord, Shia LaBeouf.
Ooh,
It's
I am not famous anymore.
Very difficult to get a read on him.
But is it the real cannibal?
Actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf, right?
I'll go with nasty.
I'm gonna say nice.
All right. He had his car break down in my town. A little boy recognized him and said he loved Transformers and was told to fuck off.
Whoa!
Wow. Well,
That's
shit of a bitch.
yeah, that's beyond nasty, right? All right, Sandra Bullock.
Oh.
I want to believe she's nice, right?
I wanna believe
think
she's
I can
nice.
believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
All right. Helped her at a clothing store I used to work at. She absolutely glowed. Wonderful woman.
Hey, all right.
There we go. All right. Another Chaos Lord here. Willem Dafoe.
I'd like to believe, though, that behind all the chaos, he's a nice fella.
He does seem nice.
Same.
Yeah. Used to wait tables at the airport. Waited on him several times. Always very nice and a great tipper.
Yeah, way
Nice.
to go.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Nice.
I want him to be nice.
Yeah.
I hope it's not nasty.
Yeah.
Let's say nice.
Met him at
He
the
seems like he'd be incredibly friendly.
Yeah. Met him at the Cheesecake Factory. It was my brother's birthday, and he said, "What? Happy birthday, little man," and shook his hand.
More like shook his arm.
I was just thinking, right? If he's he's a little kid, he's like, you know, you shake his hand and he goes flying.
Yeah.
All right. Andy Dick.
Nasty.
It's based on the name, nasty.
Yeah. My friends had to kick him off their tour bus. He was drunk and behaving obnoxious and would not leave.
Yeah, there were stories about him just being an asshole all the time on tours.
Yeah. Okay. Harrison Ford.
Ooh.
We know he's deeply sarcastic, but does that mean he's nasty or not? You know, that could go either way. I think.
I'll go with nice, but really sarcastic about it.
Yeah. There you go.
I'll be genuinely nice.
I served him ice cream once. He was very polite but stern looking, like he just wanted to get his cone and go before anyone realized who he was.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think it's I would say that's a pretty neutral encounter, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Robin Williams.
Ooh, nice.
I mean, nice. I've heard he's like he was the nicest guy in the world. So let's see. He was in my city filming a movie. On his day off, he showed up at a children's hospital and did the Patch Adams thing.
Oh my God, this guy.
Sounds pretty nice to me.
Yeah.
All right, Kate Bosworth.
I'm having trouble remembering who that is.
Kate Bosworth was in a bunch of shitty movies that you probably haven't seen.
Mm-hmm.
Probably nasty then.
Nasty.
Yeah. I used to work as a bouncer at a dive bar in Boston. When management comped her tab, she just left. No tip, no thank you, nothing.
Huh.
Entitled bitch is what I would say. Damn.
Yeah, right, you're going to pay for my shit.
Yeah. Okay, Pink.
Oh, I think nice.
Go with nasty.
She came on holiday to island I was living on. To island? Oh, okay, that grammar, though. She came into the pub and just hung out like a regular person. There you go.
So,
nice.
Neither?
Just sort of neutral, right? Yeah.
Not nasty.
Okay. Oh, man, I can answer this one in a heartbeat. Rachel Ray. There's no way she ain't a total bitch, right?
Yeah. Sure, I'll go nasty.
I've heard a lot of bad things about Rachel Ray.
Not familiar with her, but I'll go nasty.
All right. The worst celebrity I've ever worked with, like shutting down the set until she got a Diet Coke and soda water.
No.
God damn.
Okay, Drew Carey. Now, I've heard really, really nice things about Drew Carey, and I've heard really, really nasty things about Drew Carey, so I have no idea.
Well, yeah, the way that the crew of Whose Line Is It Anyway talks about him, you never know.
It's tough. I've heard a lot of good stories and a lot of bad stories.
I'll say nice. I'd rather it be nice than nasty.
I'll say nasty then.
I spotted him and he nicely asked for a photo. He said not now, but he would return in 10. He came right up to me 10 minutes later.
All right.
Hey, truth in advertising for once, right?
Right.
All right. Michael Jordan.
Nasty.
I've heard he's a prick. So,
yeah, I'll say nasty.
All right. Friend worked at a golf course he played at. He'd order upwards of $1,000 in food and drinks at the clubhouse and then not tip.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I've heard that.
That mustache of his.
Nicolas Cage.
Ooh, very chaotic, but I want to
go with
think.
Nice.
Yeah, same here.
All right. He recently moved, and I met him casually walking down the street. I had to say hi. Next thing I knew, he started telling me all about all he had done since he had been in town. I guess that's nice. Yeah, he just I was like over at the shops, right? And like you could see it, right? All right.
Goes right into it.
Yeah. DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled.
Another one.
Another one, yeah. I want to say nice in that sense. I'll give you another one and another one.
Riddle, what'd you say?
I said I'd go with nice.
He stayed at a hotel I was working at. One of our servers said he was a huge jerk and complained about everything.
Oh,
womp,
DJ
womp, womp.
Sad.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Okay, Ian McKellen.
Nice.
Now, I've heard that he's the nicest guy in the world, but I've also heard he can get bitchy if the person is kind of being rude to him. So,
Well,
you know how some people will tell a story and then they leave out the part where they were being rude,
Yeah.
Go with nice.
Yeah. All right. Sat down on an empty theater steps with me and engaged in a whole conversation.
Great.
There you go.
Great.
That is fantastic. All right. Sean Penn. That's an easy one.
Nasty.
Everybody knows this guy's a
Nasty.
fucking prick, right?
God.
Met him in New Mexico while working on a story about a movie he was shooting there. He was a jerk to everyone.
Mm.
Weird Al Yankovic.
Dude's gotta be
Seems
nice.
like he'd be wholesome.
Endless niceness.
Worked security at one of his concerts. He greeted all of the staff.
Yes. There
Okay.
you go.
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs.
Again?
What do you mean again?
Again.
Oh wait, no,
That was
Gates.
Bill Gates. This is the Apple guy.
Same thing.
Oh, God.
Yeah. We had Xbox guy. This is Apple guy. Right?
Oh, go
Yeah.
nasty.
Yeah, nasty.
My dad spent his whole career in tech in California. He said Steve Jobs was impossible to deal with.
Yeah.
All right, Mr.
Sure,
Rock.
looking a little
Yeah.
tight there, Steve.
Mr. Rogers.
Oh,
Oh,
gotta be
nice.
nice.
Yeah.
Right?
Was lucky enough to sit next to him for a plane when I was 7. Highlight of my life.
Oh man, meeting Mr. Rogers
I-
at 7.
I have heard that he was exactly the guy he was on television. Like he wasn't acting. That was him. All right, Julia Roberts. Like she's a mess, but how does that translate to casual encounter?
I'll say nasty.
I'll say nice.
Worked on a photo shoot with her. From the moment she showed up, she was screaming about everything.
Well,
Oh,
look at that
dear.
mouth. Look at that mouth of hers. It's so big.
Oh, Jesus. Alice has met Julia Roberts, apparently. Yeah. All right. Oh, my God. Danny DeVito. If he's not nice, I'm going to riot.
He has to
I
be
gotta
nice.
say,
Yeah.
thumbs up all around. Nice.
Met him at an airport when I was 12. He was attentive and respectful to my youthful enthusiasm.
Oh man, that'd be great.
All right. Jack Black.
I hope
I'm
he's
gonna go
nice.
with nice.
Yeah, nice.
The,
He
ni-
worked on Sesame Street.
the nicest celebrity I have ever met. Spent time talking to all the fans who waited for him. There you go.
That's wonderful.
All right. Aaron.
Has that wholesome energy.
Yeah. Aaron Paul.
Oh, Jesse.
Am I nice,
He-
bitch?
Bitch. I'll say nice.
I'll say nasty.
Said hi to him at Heathrow. He thanked me for being a fan and asked me what I was doing in London.
Hey.
There you go. I've heard he's really great and that he will actually, like, people have been like, will you do my voicemail for me and call me a bitch or whatever? And he's more than happy to do it.
Yeah. Aw.
Smiles goes, Aaron Paul played Jesse Fulling?
Ha!
Close. He
Yes.
played Jesse Pinkman. Okay, Scottie Pippen.
Scottie Pippen.
I haven't thought about him in a long time.
I think the last time I thought about him
Not
was
sure I know
when I
who he
played
is.
NBA Jam.
Yeah, he was a basketball player in the 90s.
Yeah.
Mm,
I'll go nasty.
I'll say nasty.
He's a cheap man.
Oh.
Oh.
And it goes on to say that he has the nickname No Tippin' Pippin.
Ha!
Uh-oh.
That's great.
Yeah. Okay, Jack Nicholson.
Ooh. Oh.
Ooh.
Long storied
I'll go
career.
with nice.
I'll go nasty.
My grandfather taught him in high school math. Said he was rebellious but not bad at math. Well, that doesn't really tell us much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which way do you go
Yeah.
there?
Yeah,
Neutral.
yeah, that's neutral. Steven Spielberg.
Ooh.
Nice.
And EB's
go
right.
nice.
EB's right. Jack Nicholson is one of the original Lords of Chaos. Okay. Ran into him at a restaurant, asked for a photo, and it turned into a nice 5-minute conversation.
He shaped childhoods.
He did. Taylor Swift.
Ooh.
This is
Swizzle. Yeah.
I've heard both things about her.
Adolf Switler.
I'll go with nasty.
I've heard both, so I couldn't tell you. So
I'll say nice then. If we've heard both.
met her at an antique show in Nashville. She was lovely and patient with people who wanted autographs and photos.
Good.
I didn't know she was into
Nice.
antiques. A lot of these blonde celebrities like seem to be into antiques. Like I know that Paris Hilton is into that kind of shit.
I think Demi Lovato is too.
Christina Aguilera.
Hmm.
God, you're right, Evie. It's true.
I'll say nasty. You got to rub her the right way.
I'll say nice then.
Worked at Disneyland. She always had an entourage of 20 people, and they would go into shops, take stuff, and say they'd pay later.
Oh.
I'm guessing they did
That's
not, in
tempting.
fact, pay later.
Probably not.
All right. I got 2 more here. Hugh Laurie, Dr. House himself.
Oh my god. My favorite show. I gotta say nice.
Oh, God, all the friggin' the website just broke on me.
I'll also go nice.
Yes.
Hold on, the website just like fucking broke on me. Trying to get it to show the Hugh Laurie thing, and it's like blanked out. Let me refresh.
It went tit up. Just one.
It like unloaded the picture.
Oh.
All right, where were we, Henry? Scroll down. Scroll.
Mystery lost to time.
No, I just refreshed it. I'm just trying to find Hugh Laurie here. Oh, here we are. He's happy to interact with fans and makes every one of them feel like they're a friend. Remembers their names with amazing accuracy.
I'd like to meet him.
Nice.
All right. And our final one is perhaps the easiest one of them all. It's Keanu Reeves. Again.
Again?
It's a different person. Riddle?
Nice.
Was at a coffee shop with no place to sit. He invited me to join him, and we talked about comic books for about 30 minutes.
Oh, man. Imagine Keanu Reeves saying, hey, come over here. Let's talk.
Please sit here. We'll talk about the Matrix. Okay, I don't know how many it was. We'll just give it a letter grade. I had fun. We'll say A+.
Yeah, that's a good time.
A+.
Even when I was wrong, got to give it an A+.
Yeah, it's interesting to learn these things and to hear these stories, you know. All right, so I'm diving into the lists that were submitted by people. So let me just find out where I left off last time. Okay, no, EB, we did that. Okay, Barrel. Remember last month, Barrel gave us all those lists from Green Scorpion, like top 10 sword users, top 10 spear. Yeah, so there's a few more of these. They're sort of scattered throughout this. Here's Green Scorpion's top 10 spear wielders in video games. With an honorable mention given to Judith from Tales of Vesperia. So number 10 is Orca from The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. I don't even remember that character, to be honest.
Oh,
There's not much to remember.
Yeah.
He was the guy that you first go to for sword lessons.
Oh, okay. Number 9 is Eric Lecard from Castlevania. Of course, got the Alucard spear. Number 8 is Sir Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins. That is not a spear. That is a lance.
A lance. Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah, not the same thing. And he throws it like a javelin, too, which is weird. Number 7 is Waddle Dee from Kirby. With his little tiny spear and his bandana. It's cute, right?
Yeah.
All right. Number 6 is Nephany from Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. I feel like the Fire Emblem games have, like, they need more people with weird weapons like spears or axes and shit like that. Like, it's too many sword and bows, right? Oh, yeah, scythes. Yeah, they needs more like that. Number 5 is Lu Bu from Dynasty Warriors. I don't play those games. Yeah. Number 4 is Shin Sao from League of Legends. Who fucking cares?
Played it.
Do not know.
Yeah. Number 3, Kane Highwind from Final Fantasy IV.
Yes.
Real obvious one there. Number 2 is Sung Mina from Soul Calibur. That is not a spear. That is a Naginata.
Oh, whatever.
It's not a spear. And number 1 is Zaldin from Kingdom Hearts.
I don't remember which one they are.
I don't even know. I've never played it, so.
It's got an X in it.
Yeah. All right. No, out of 10, it 5. Whatever, man.
I'm going down the middle with a 5.
Give it a 6.
Yeah.
You rebel.
Okay. Let's see what else we got here.
I'm a nonconformist.
I think I skipped
Just
that
like-
one
just like
last
everyone
time.
else.
But okay, so all right, no, I did that one. I skipped that one last time, so I'm going down further now. Okay, Moogle sent me these lists. David Inc. You guys know who David Inc. is?
Nope.
He's this schmuck on YouTube that makes like a lot of like top 10 this and that, but it's all about JRPGs, and he has some like the worst takes that I've ever heard.
Really? Well, that might
Yeah.
be interesting.
Yeah, he also tends to be really, we'll say, not so well informed about RPG history just by playing a shit ton of RPGs.
Oh, I want to pick
Yeah,
this guy's
like
brain now.
he once did a top 10 list. I left a comment for it too. It was pretty funny. He did a top 10 list of top 10 Super Nintendo RPGs that are not from Square or Enix.
Okay.
Three of them were from Enix. So, what does that tell you?
Uh-oh.
Like he had Soul Blazer and he had Soul Blazer, Illusion of Gaia, and I think like Brain Lord or something was on there. I don't know, but
Did he say who he thinks made them?
no, he just mentioned no, they're not from Square or Enix. I'm like, oh, they are from Enix. So okay,
Do your research.
yeah. And when I commented, somebody else goes, well, they were only published by Enix. You know, Enix didn't develop them. And I'm like, Enix was not a developer.
No.
They didn't develop anything. So, you know. All right, well, here's his top 10 worst RPG party members.
Oh no.
And it's actually 20 because there's a part 1 and a part 2. He did it twice.
So nice he did it
Okay,
twice.
yeah. So his first list of worst party members in RPGs. Starting off with Sid from Final Fantasy IV. Like, how dare you, sir?
Really?
How dare you?
I'll just assume that's sacrilege.
You know, Sid exploded and then somehow survived. That makes him awesome.
That's dope.
Yeah. Like, you see him die, he explodes, and then he just shows up later, and he's like, I'm alive somehow.
Just ignore that explosion.
Yeah. Yeah. Number 9, Samson from Beyond the Beyond. I don't think of very many people who bothered to play Beyond the Beyond, so yeah.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
It's an early PlayStation game that's supposedly very bad. Number 8 is Sheer from from Phantasy Star 4. All right. I mean, he's not super useful in battle, but he's got a cool design. He fits. He's just the big, slow, heavy hitting guy, you know.
I have yet to play 4, but
Yeah.
I hear good things.
It's a great game. Number 7 is Adre from Star Ocean Till the End of Time. I've never played a single Star Ocean game, so I can't make a comment on that.
I've only played the first one, and it was okay.
Number 6 is Gobi from Breath of Fire, which, okay, I mean, Gobi's terrible, but he's like hardly even the worst character in that game, so. It's just of limited use, you know?
So maybe it's appropriate.
Yeah. Number 5 is a 2 for Rafa and Malak from Final Fantasy Tactics, and having just played through this, I can say that while they are pretty damn useless, they at least have an interesting design and backstory, whereas there's some other characters that are not so fortunate, so.
Maybe that's the angle he's going for, though, like useless for practicality.
Well, there's worse characters than Rafa and Malak, is what I'm saying. Number 4 is Umaru from Final Fantasy VI. I mean, I guess if you're going to pick somebody from Final Fantasy VI to be on this list, you might as well pick Umaru. He's pretty
There's
useless.
better.
Yeah,
There's better.
Number 3 is Ceramic from the Magical Land of Oz, which I haven't played yet.
What?
It's on my list. It's on my list to play, but I haven't played it. Number 3 is Jagan from Fire Emblem. Okay, well, I actually know it's funny because Jagan is so terrible that they call all really bad characters in Fire Emblem Jagan likes in the fan community.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Poor
So that
guy.
yeah. And number 1 is Riddle. What are you doing over there? You're like rolling around or something. Like you're doing the Moogle thing. We're getting a lot of noise there.
Sorry.
Yeah. Jogurt from Shining Force, which I haven't played, so I couldn't comment on.
Jogurt? Like Go-Gurt?
Yeah, but with a J. Jogurt. Yeah, I don't know.
I think I prefer Gilbert.
You know, I agree with like maybe 1 or 2 of these. I would normally give this a 4, but I take it off a point for it being David Inc., so it's a 3.
Yikes. I was just going to give it naturally a 3 because, I don't know,
Yeah.
some of them I can't even comment on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just
4
assume he's
sounds
wrong
good.
thanks to you.
He is usually wrong. All right. He did it again. So here's his other top 10 worst RPG party members.
0 out of 10.
Yeah. Number 10 being, well, he writes Melvin. It's actually Sir Mervyn from Dragon Quest VII, which, I mean, okay, there's only 6 party members in Dragon Quest VII. And while
Maybe Melvin is the secret character.
No, he's not. Well, I will agree that Sir Mervyn is the least interesting and least useful character. Just pick a different game to bitch about. You know what I mean? Come on.
Maybe these are the games he owns.
Come on.
Yeah. Number 9 is a twofer, which is wow. Flora and, or I guess Nira would be the modern version. Nira and Bianca from Dragon Quest V.
Oh, really?
So, okay, so I gotta agree with him on Bianca. Bianca is terrible. I hate her. But Flora is a precious cinnamon roll. How dare you?
Precious cinnamon roll. You want to marry Bianca.
Or Nira. I always have either married Nira or Flora, depending on the translation, or her sister Deborah, who's a total bitch on wheels, but I'm kind of into that. So,
you like being told what to do.
As you are.
Yeah. Number 8 is, oh my god, this man's is crazy. Marl from Chrono Trigger. Yo, get your Can we call out to David Ink's parents and say, come get your boy because he's bugging? Like, what the fuck? Number 7 is Lexus from Lufia 2. So Lexus is only in the party for a very brief period of time, and he's sort of ridiculously overpowered, so I don't know what your fucking problem is.
They named a car after this man.
Well, it's spelled differently, but he's, you know what it is he probably was just attacking. The guy is so good at magic. He's the best magic user in the game. So, yeah.
He's always bragging about it, man.
Number 6 is Grun from Tales of Legendia, which I can't comment on. I've not played the game. Number 5 is Choo Choo from Xenogears, and I mean, not even getting into the whole I don't really like Xenogears thing. Choo Choo is basically a Pokemon.
Cool.
And it doesn't really fit in with the game, though. I gotta agree with him that Choo Choo is terrible. Like, it's just
I guess just out of place.
This little pink blob that just goes choo choo choo, and it doesn't really work.
Annoying psychic.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Send that thing off in a rocket. Choo-choo rocket.
There you go. Number 4 is Chuck and Carol from Wild Arms 5, which I've only played the first Wild Arms, so I couldn't comment on that. I don't know about the series. Yeah. Number 3 is Josette from Trails in the Sky 3. Another whatever from me. I haven't played these. Number 2 is Mogu from Breath of Fire. That's the Breath of Fire character that he should have put in the first list, because Mogu is easily the worst character in Breath of Fire. And not just in Breath of Fire 1, I mean in like the whole series.
Hey, EB, I got you. Choo-choo rocket, man. Dreamcast.
That's a good game. And finally, his number 1 pick is I'm trying to wrap my head around this. Like, I really am, because I'm trying to understand why his pick for the absolute worst party member is Harley from Final Fantasy IV: The After Years.
Harley Quinn?
No.
I've never played the After Years.
Harley from Final Fantasy IV: The After Years. I mean, she's barely in the game. You know what I mean? She's basically Edward's secretary and sort of his implied love interest in After Years. She's an interesting character. Right. You don't really use... I mean, in a game with like about 30 party members, it's hard for them all to be useful in battle, but
Here's something. What if you were to put yourself in David Ink's shoes and try and imagine why did he pick this person?
I would just... if I was in his shoes, I would just be going... Because I've watched a few of his videos, and like I said, the guy's a fucking knob. I mean...
That was good.
All right, well, out of 10...
He's just terrible at these games.
I think he just has bad takes, is what it comes down to. I'm going to give this a 2. Even worse.
Give it a 1.
Yeah, even worse than the other one.
I'll give it a 1.
Yeah. Okay. Oh God, Manic. I'm gonna save that one for the next time. We don't have enough time to do that, even though that's fucking awesome. He's got like 100 greatest metal albums of all time.
Dude.
If we had the time, I would totally want to do that. But
I
yeah,
better guest co-host for that list.
yeah. I'm just trying to pick like maybe one or two more that we have time for, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, actually, here.
With metal here and there, so.
How about one more that we have time for? This is submitted by Smiles, and it seems interesting to me. It's 40 movies banned for completely ridiculous reasons.
Oh, I love it.
Ooh.
Sounds fun, right? Okay.
That's the type of movie trivia I like.
Yes.
All right, so with limited time here, because we really only have 20 minutes left, because there are people that are going to want to go to June's server and do Cartoon Club at 9. Cool. So let's try to finish this quickly. So very quickly, I'll say the name, and you try to just fire off a guess as to why it was banned. Don't agonize over it. Okay, Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, it was
talking animals.
No, that leader. Winnie the Pooh looks like that leader.
Yeah, China. Yeah, Jesse's right. It was banned in China because. Yeah. Okay, E.T.
Aliens. It had aliens in it.
No,
spreading alien lies. I don't know.
It was banned in Norway because the adults were assholes in it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know. Team America World Police.
Vulgarity.
Yeah. Vulgarity.
Too American.
Well, that's basically correct. It was banned in North Korea. I mean, Kim Jong Il was the main villain, although he did turn out to be an alien cockroach. So.
Yep.
Yeah. The Wolf of Wall Street.
Vulgarity.
Yes. That's why it was banned in several African cultures for drug use, sex, and criminal activity.
Oh.
Okay. Brief Encounter. This movie came out in 1923, so.
Too long.
Too long.
It had kissing in it.
It contained adultery.
Oh.
So it was
wow.
yeah. Wonder Woman.
Female lead. I hate to say it.
No, it was banned in Lebanon because the main star is Israeli.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Broke Down Palace.
Oh, I haven't seen that. So I'll just guess.
Apparently, one of the characters spoke ill of the country, the Philippines, and so it was banned in the Philippines.
Oh, I was not gonna guess that.
Yeah. Okay, Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Man's Chest.
Banned for alcohol abuse.
Riddle, you got anything?
No.
It was banned in China for depictions of cannibalism.
Really? I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
Really?
Okay. Goldfinger.
Violent.
Interestingly, no. It was banned in Israel because one of the stars was a Nazi.
What?
Oh shit!
Yeah, the guy who played Goldfinger was a Nazi.
Really?
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, like member of the party and everything.
Oof.
They reversed the decision later because he was not that kind of Nazi. He was more like the Schindler type who actually helped Jews escape concentration camps. So double twist there.
What a twist!
Yeah, Blue Jasmine.
Banned for sexual depictions with underage people. I don't know.
No, why? I've not seen this movie, and now you're making me think I don't want to. But no, India banned it because there were cigarettes in the movie.
Oh, I was
just
guessing.
Keep in mind, we're trying to think of bad reasons. Okay.
Oh.
Because they're supposed to be bad reasons. Oh yeah. So Alice kind of pointed out you might be thinking of Blue Lagoon.
That's it.
I said Blue Jasmine. Completely different concept,
yeah,
right? Yeah. Okay, Ghostbusters, the more recent one.
Oh, the 2016.
Having ghosts in it?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. China
Too scary.
China banned it for just having ghosts.
Oh, really?
I fought it once on the set of Blue Lagoon. Okay, Sex in the City.
Not having sex?
Yeah.
No, for there being no sex in it.
The United Arab Emirates decided it was just too racy.
It's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Okay, Hostel.
For gore. Gore.
It was banned in the Ukraine. Yeah, basically just that. No, not for its violence, but because it was violent and set in Eastern Europe.
Oh, that's the tip on it.
Okay, here's a weird one. Back to the Future.
Incest?
Surprisingly, no. China, who banned it, they just have a blanket ban on anything to do with time travel.
Really? That's unfortunate.
I couldn't tell you why. Okay, Rififi. It's from 1955. It's a heist movie.
Banned because there was a heist.
Having guns in it.
It was banned in Finland because people thought they would copy it.
They would try to mimic.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Schindler's List.
Banned in Germany because it's about Nazis?
Oh, no. That was quite popular there, actually. This one was banned in several countries in the Middle East just because it was too sympathetic to the Jewish population.
What? Wait.
That's pretty sad, don't you think?
That is pretty sad. That is a bad reason.
2012.
Conspiracy theorists?
Banned because proven not true.
I would think banned because it was just bad, right?
Yeah.
Apparently, it was banned in North Korea just because the film's release date coincided with the leader's birthday, and they didn't care for that.
That is a bad reason.
It is a pretty bad. Okay, Scram. This is a movie from 1932. It's a Laurel and Hardy film. You'd think this is impossible to offend anyone.
Because somebody said "darn" in it.
Well, it was banned in
Because Kim Jong-un didn't like it.
Well, Kim Jong-un wasn't born in 1932, so
yeah.
He's only about 30-some-odd years old. Scram was banned in the Netherlands because Laurel and Hardy were seen in a bed with a woman in one shot. And by the way, I mean on top of the bed, fully clothed.
But heaven forbid they mix.
Can't have that. The Departed. Excellent movie.
Banned for torturous scenes?
No, it's got to be something worse than that. No, it was banned in China because Chinese agents are shown buying military technology from Jack Nicholson's character. Yeah. So they basically didn't want anybody Chinese being depicted as or associated with the Chinese government being criminal.
Bad.
Yeah. District 9.
Banned for just plain having aliens in it.
All right, so this is an exceptionally weird one because District 9 was essentially a movie about racism bad.
Yes.
But they banned it in Nigeria for being racist.
What?
Yeah.
So it worked. It worked.
I guess it worked.
What?
It worked in the unintended way. All right, Zach and Miri make a porno.
The word porno?
Terrible.
Well, it was banned in many Asian countries because they thought it would make people want to make their own homemade pornos.
Again, with the whole trying to mimic.
Yeah. Apocalypse Now.
As if they need a movie to do that.
Yeah. They don't want them to get the idea. Apocalypse Now.
Banned for
This is a weird.
horrifying napalm.
This is a weird one. They
horrifying napalm.
No, well, you'd think so, but no. It was banned in South Korea because it was anti-war.
Wait, that's a good thing.
Not according to Park Chung-hee, who is the president of South Korea then.
I guess peace sells, but who's buying?
Borat, which probably should be banned anywhere, but just for being terrible.
Banned for being mean to Jewish people.
Riddle, you gotta.
I remember the beginning of that movie.
All right. Well, it was banned in the actual country of Kazakhstan because they were just offended by their portrayal.
Oh, it was pretty outlandish.
Yeah. The Simpsons movie.
Ah,
This is really a bit dumb. Really
they're
super
showing
dumb.
Bart's You Know What?
No.
Oh, yeah.
You'd think
I
so,
forgot.
but no. It was banned in Burma because the colors associated with it being yellow and red are used by rebel groups in Burma.
Oh, come on.
I know.
Come
right?
on.
That's pretty.
Really?
That's pretty out there. Okay, Sausage Party.
For sexual activity, even though it's food.
Okay, this is a good one. It was banned in
Terrible.
Yeah, well, you'd think so, but no. It was banned in Taiwan because they were afraid that parents would accidentally take their kids to see it. All right. Yeah.
Can kind
Just-
of see the logic in there.
I mean, they have rating systems for a reason, right?
Yeah, just be smart.
Doctor Strangelove.
Oh, because
too
that one
disturbing.
guy was a Nazi?
No.
Dr. Strangelove himself?
No, nothing like that. Finland banned Doctor Strangelove because they were afraid that it was offensive to Soviets, and they share a border with the Soviet Union, so... Or they
Didn't
did.
want to upset the apple cart.
Yeah. The Bohemian Girl. It's
I've not
another.
seen that
It's
one.
another Laurel and Hardy comedy from the 30s.
Banned because you saw a toilet in it.
Okay, so this one was actually banned by Nazi Germany
Oh,
because there is a certain
Oh.
group of people that are in the movie, and they would like to exterminate that group of people. So there you go.
Oh dear.
That is a bad reason, right? Okay, Bruno. Sacha Baron Cohen again.
banned for gay stuff.
So this is an interesting one. It was banned in Ukraine for unjustified showing of genital organs.
Unjustified.
I wonder what would justify
Too
it.
many
right?
dicks.
Yeah. I wonder what would justify it. 2012 again. Different country this time.
Oh man.
Yeah.
For terrible acting. Just that.
Oh wait, this. Okay, this is actually on here twice because it says the same thing. It was banned in North Korea for being released on Kim Il Sung's 100th birthday. So I'm not sure why it's on here twice. They Chose Peace, which is a documentary, by the way.
Why would a documentary be banned?
Yeah.
Banned
there
by
were-
the country that hates where the documentary is filmed.
No.
Yeah.
So.
They revealed too many secrets.
So this is a weird one. It was banned in Australia, which is where it was made, because they felt that it did not promote good manners and decorum. Which is, considering it's Australia, is kind of rich, right?
Very, very lewd.
Yeah. Miss Sadie Thompson. This was a movie with Rita Hayworth from the 50s.
Banned for you see too much of her hosiery.
Basically, yeah, it was banned by the Catholic Church for just being sexy.
Sexy.
That's pretty much
Right.
it, yeah. Okay, The Private Life of Don Juan.
Banned for not being sexy
Being
enough.
too private.
So it was banned in Spain because Don Juan is considered a national hero, and they felt that he was portrayed as being feeble and pathetic.
Oof.
The Vanishing Prairie. This was a Disney film.
Whoa. Okay.
Yes. It's a nature film from Disney.
Animal abuse.
Now that would be a good reason. The bad reason is
Animal
because
abuse?
No prairie.
there was no prairie yet. No. Remember, animal abuse would be a good reason to ban a movie. A bad reason, which is what we're looking for, it was banned because, and in New York State, believe it or not, because it shows a buffalo calf being born, and apparently that was too much for people.
What? Because they're covered in
Fucking
goo or
crude.
something.
Who even knows? David and Bathsheba. This is a biblical movie from the 50s.
Banned because there's a certain type of people in it again.
You're not far off. It was banned
Yeah.
in several, mostly Singapore because it's a Christian movie and they don't cotton to that too much.
Yeah.
All right. Halfway House. This is a very obscure horror movie. Like, who would even think of this movie, right?
taking place in a halfway house.
So this was banned in a country that doesn't exist anymore. It was banned in Yugoslavia because they felt that it did not educate Yugoslavians in the real things of life, whatever the hell that means.
What?
Who knows?
Here's what happens in a halfway house for realsies.
All right. A Song is Born.
Banned for not portraying the art of song as enlightening.
Yeah, you're not that far off.
Really?
Yeah. They didn't like that it depicted New Orleans as being sort of the home of jazz. They felt it was Memphis, so they banned it in Memphis.
Well, that's a matter of opinion.
Although it's largely believed that it's largely believed that the real reason was because it had black people and white people performing together, and they didn't care for that at the time. So it was it was 1948. So all right, A Clockwork Orange.
Ooh, banned for the ultraviolence.
Disturbing.
Wait, a bad reason.
Okay, this is it's not necessarily a bad reason, but it is a really weird one.
For a terrible accent. Even though it's not really an accent. I don't know.
Okay. So the ban was actually requested by Stanley Kubrick himself, who asked for the movie to be pulled for theaters to save his own sanity. Apparently he was getting death threats about it. Deadpool.
Holy shit.
Deadpool.
Bad reason.
Blasphemy?
Yeah. Well, it's just silly. It was banned in China just for being violent. So.
Oh.
Yeah. Monkey Business. This is a Marx Brothers movie. So silly comedy from the 30s.
How about banned for being too silly? For not being educational.
Okay. This was banned. I can't understand this. It was banned in Ireland because they believed that people who saw it would become anarchists.
Huh?
The hell?
Yeah.
There's a leap in logic.
All right. And the last one is just Goldfinger again, and it is the same reason, so I'm not quite understanding why that's on there twice as well. So out of 40, it was interesting. I'm going to give it like a 35. I'm taking a few points off for having some doubles in there.
For doubles.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 36. One better.
One better.
36.
It's one more. All right. Well, that's going to be the show. I definitely enjoyed it, guys. Riddle will have to have you on again at some point in the future. And guys, stick around. Don't go anywhere.
We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're gonna go over the schedule, even though I did that earlier. We're gonna go over the schedule again, and we're gonna do another raid. So, guys, tomorrow night I will be playing. Hold on, let me. Where am I here? Oh, here we are. Tomorrow night I'll be playing Slayers for the Super Famicom. Friday afternoon we're going to be finishing up the last bit of Paper Mario for the Nintendo 64, and then we're going to be starting Breath of Fire 3 for the PSP. Saturday night we're going to be playing more Suikoden 3 for the PS2. Sunday night more Ys 5 Lost Kef and Kingdom of Sand for the Super Famicom. Monday afternoon more King of Fighters 14 for Steam. Tuesday night, we're going to be finishing up the rest of Metroid Zero Mission for the Game Boy Advance. And Wednesday afternoon, a week from today, we'll be playing more Alan Wake for Steam. So let's go over here and let's see who we have online that we could raid real quick. You know what? That's an easy choice. We got Punky the Alien. I never get to raid her. She's playing SteamWorld Quest Hand of Gilgamesh. I don't know what that is, but we haven't gotten to raid Punky in quite a while, so.
Gilgamesh.
That is what it says, yeah. I don't know what it is. I've heard of SteamWorld Dig, but I've never heard of SteamWorld Quest. But let's head over there. Let me give you guys a raid call. Let's do the boobies joke again. Let's see. Dickles the boob. Goes for Halloween. A real boob. Somebody came. I think it was. I forget who it was. I think it was EB. Forgive me if I'm wrong. It said Dickles the bee dressed as a ghost is a boobie. Show me your boobies. All right, guys. I
suddenly like it less.
Of course you do. All right, guys. Copy that. You said it, but it's not your joke. Oh, okay. I think it was a collaborative effort between several people in the chat, now that I think of it. But guys, copy that, paste it as we head into Punky's stream. She is, like I said, playing this game called SteamWorld Quest Hand of Gilgamesh. I'll see you guys over there. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Slayers. I'll see you around in general. I'll see you next month for List Critics Remastered. I'm probably going to see if Barrel wants to host. Otherwise, it's kind of open. And, yeah. Here we go.
Doodles.
All right, I have pressed the button.
You hath pressed it.
If
I remember correctly, that's either a
okay.